Hi, I'm John Howard, founder of Austin Professional Counseling. Are you noticing an identity crisis? Many people have multiple identity crises throughout their lives. We used to think of this as the midlife crisis, as if it only happened once in our lives and it always happened around age 40. But that's not true. We actually have multiple identity crises, and they serve a very important role in our lives because those are the moments when we take stock of what we're doing, we reflect on it, and maybe change some things going into the future. So if you're struggling with an identity crisis, you might be feeling confused, you might be feeling stressed, you might be wondering, should I do this, should I do that, should I stay in my career, should I stay with this partner, should I move to a different city? And these are really important questions that will determine the next phase of your life. So the first part is to take those questions, those feelings seriously, and don't just sweep them under the rug. Come in and talk to a counselor that you have a good relationship and that you really trust to start just listening to yourself think out loud. Listen to yourself saying, maybe I should do this, maybe I should do that, maybe I should leave this person, maybe I should work on this relationship and make it better. And a great therapist is trained to not give you answers and tell you what to do, but to just listen to you and be a sounding board and offer some intelligent questions that help you reflect on your life. What can be difficult about an identity crisis is the fear that's involved in wondering whether we should make a life change. And sometimes that fear can be really paralyzing. So one of the tips I give people is to break up the change that you're looking for into smaller chunks that seem more reasonable and manageable. So instead of, just jumping into a red Ferrari and speeding off to Vegas and doing whatever, you're thinking about what's a small change I can make that seems manageable so that the fear is then reduced. And as you start making those smaller changes in your life, they start to snowball and they start to add up and head in a direction that starts to make more sense to you. There's some phenomenal books out there on these identity crises, whether it's a midlife identity moment or it's a quarter-life identity moment. And very often when I'm working with a client that's going through something like that, I recommend those books so that when you're not in session with me or with your therapist, that you can be reading about what we go through when we have these types of moments. And you can be reflecting at home and journaling and really thinking about this point in your life. So I hope that's been helpful, just talking through what you can do if you're going through an identity crisis right now. And if you're watching this video, just know that it's very normal, very common, happens multiple times in our lives, but it's very helpful to come in and talk to a trained professional about it because we can give you resources, we can be that sounding board. And pretty soon what happens is that confusion and fear that you're feeling starts to turn into a master plan for the next phase of your life. That's a really great way to use an identity crisis. I hope that was helpful. I'll see you in the next video.